You can work a little bit outside the systems and you can innovate and engage others. It is very difficult. It takes a lot of will, a lot of work, but you can create the reality you want to live in. My name is Diana Monsberger and I run a Plasm Center in Stockholm. With Blivande, we wanted to create a Plasm Center where individuals, organizations, creatives of all walks of life have a place to call their second home. Sweden is a very wealthy country, as is known all over the world. However, one of the biggest challenges in society is loneliness. It's one of the countries with the most single households in the world, and it's quite difficult for new people coming to Stockholm and Sweden to find connections and make genuine friendships. Not because people are nice, but the level and pace that friendships are formed are significantly slower than in other places. Blivande now is attracting a lot of people arriving in Stockholm, or people that are just really hungry and keen to build connections and to build community outside the norm of Swedish society, which is very polite and rather shy. So if you go into the main door at Blivande, you go into a red traditional Swedish house that used to be a harbor restaurant 100 years ago. In the upper story you have the co-working place with people in different professions, from robotic engineers to photographers to designers and architects. If you go downstairs, you will find the makerspace with different thematic rooms, a wood workshop, a sewing workshop, a big open space with lighting for painters. And then you have the event area. That is 3 big rooms, a big dance floor with excellent sound. Then if you go outside, we have a container square. The container square used to be an empty parking lot, and the first year we saw outside the window and we saw 1 or 2 or 3 cars parked over the entire week. This in central Stockholm, where there's no space for housing or other different projects. So the container square operates in a way where individual people and businesses put their containers into the square. We have a bakery, we have 2 wine bars that also sell food. We have an area where we have a big stage under a tent where we can have concerts with up to 600 or 800 people. We have offices in containers. And also contractors like woodworkers and metal workers have been here in the square. We also have some big traditional events here, like Valborg, which is the Valpurgis night, where we invite the general public to celebrate that day with a fire, with drums, and so far on both occasions it has now become a tradition. We had 2,000 people coming. So with the privilege of having a physical space, we also have the power to give organizations and initiatives spaces to congregate and to work on civic action projects. During COVID, we had a microfactory here for protective gowns that produced over 20,000 gowns for healthcare workers. And the same happened when, unfortunately, the war in Ukraine started. One individual in the community, Rasmus Kasurinen, started a hub for Ukrainians that is still alive today. It is a center for culture and dance for Ukrainian kids. I think people really underestimate their ability to change and manifest their dreams in cities and in public spaces. It only needs a couple of very stubborn people, a lot of work and passion to develop and change society for everyone. Stockholm is changing a lot. Originally, there's this idea that a lot of Swedes are very conform, that they like the same things. It's not very interesting for a young person to live in Stockholm, but it's slowly changing. The new generation wants a more active city, a place where they can feel free. They want to dance, they want to have fun. And Blivande is working towards making this the norm. My vision and dream for Blivande in the future is to have this space and the container space and the house remain, so that we get the permission to stay part of the city, and ideally this cultural and creative space to get woven into the city landscape. We know, and I also feel, that we're really close with making this dream come true.